Hi everyone, my name is Laurel of Mountain Laurel Stitches, and this is a YouTube channel about cross stitch. This is my second time trying to film this video. I did the entire thing, then went to upload it and realized I had angled my phone in a way that was vertical, and so you could just see like a little bit of snippet of everything I was showing, which doesn't really work for showing cross stitch. So now it's a little bit later in the day. There's people outside right out next door to me, and there's children screaming in the front yard, and my cat is awake and being a little rhino, so if you hear those noises, I do apologize. It's just kind of how things are right now. So anyways, today I have a finish to show you. 2 whips, a couple of pieces of fabric that I purchased, and at the end of my videos I like to do a little book talk about a children's book that I really enjoy and have shared with others. So I give plenty of warning if you're not interested in that kind of thing, but that will be at the end of my video. Oh, I also wanted to say thank you for all the wonderful comments that was left on the first video. I read everyone. I think I replied to everyone as well, and just really enjoyed connecting with people who I wouldn't normally be able to connect with. I know that I've left comments for people who live in Ireland and the Netherlands and even the United States. So I've really been enjoying sharing and learning from others about our shared hobby. My finish that I had was cotton kittens. That's what I showed in my last video, and here it is. It looks so good. The cats are so cute. Look at that foot. I think that one is my favorite because he's so fat. This is a pattern from the Etsy shop Lolalottashop, and it's by Matveeva. It is a deceptively simple looking pattern. I literally thought it was just going to be like white and gray and brown, and it's about 12 different colors. And with Etsy patterns, you have to be careful of all of the different blends that come with it. There were several times where the colors were so similar that I hadn't known, like I did it at night and picked it up the next day, like what color I had used where, even though I looked at the chart. But kind of fudge it. It looks great to me. It looks just like how it was supposed to. And it is stitched on 32 count Lugana light blue by Zweigart. And this is my first time ever stitching on light blue, or not light blue, on Lugana or 32 count. And so the very beginning, the first one I did, which was the one at the bottom, it was kind of a situation of when, like, I'd gone from only Ada cloth and Ada 14 count to suddenly this. And I was definitely experiencing a how do I cross stitch kind of a moment. It just felt suddenly like, wait, skipping 2? Is that seems weird, but I really enjoyed it after I had a little bit of learning curve. I did the first little cat bud, and then I took a week off, and I thought, well, I'll just do like 1 a week, and then I ended up doing these 2 in a week because it had gotten so much easier to work with. But I like 32 count. I think I would do that again. I know that everyone wants to know my progress on Bulbasaur. This is a pattern from, I always get it wrong, NEXX Funny on Etsy. This is just a Pokemon Bulbasaur from my husband's office. And here is my current progress. This is stitched on 14 count Ada. And his entire face is already 1 skein of DMC 564. So I bought 3 skeins, hoping it would be enough. We'll see how that goes. This is kind of a fun project. I usually do this one at nighttime, maybe like half an hour or an hour or so. and it's just kind of when you're tired but you want something to do, so I kind of work on this one, and I like a good easy confidence project. The other whip that I have is of the Eurasian Eagle Owl. It's a kit that's from Etsy. I still see this floating around sometimes. It is a Russian kit. Here it is. This owl's wingspan is about 33 inches long. And it's a really nice kit. You know how sometimes if you've bought a kit, I don't know, like the kits I've bought that are like from the 90s and 80s for some reason, and you get them and the colors aren't like, sometimes there's a giant wad or a giant knot or something. You have to figure out like, okay, well there's light brown, very light brown, slightly light brown, and my cat is now here. And you're just trying to figure out which color means which word, and this one was very easy, pulled apart for me, simple to figure out, and it came on 16 count Black Ada by Zweigart. And here's my progress. I'm gonna need this. I think the last time I didn't quite have most of his face done or his chest, and now we're getting to his other side of his wing. This is the only part I've done, his middle of the body. And there's a lot of, I guess you would call that confetti stitching. So you bounce around a lot? I think so. So I'm getting slowly out of there, and then these are all blends. But I think once I get to the wings, it'll be giant chunks of color. I'm excited about this one. I haven't worked on it in maybe like a week or so, but it's going to be beautiful. It's definitely going to be framed, and to be honest, this might go in my will. So those are the only whips that I have right now. I have 2. Usually I have about 3. I look at people in awe who have multiple whips. I wish I could be like that. I don't think I have the personality type though. I have this, if I have like more than 2 things going on or 3 things, it's just this feeling of not being accomplished, and it just nags at me. So I wish I had more of my current stuff in progress, but since I just finished the cotton kittens, I'm trying to decide what my next one's going to be. So I really wanted to start Madame Chantilly's black cat, and I ordered some fabric for it, but I think I made probably one of the more beginner mistakes of cross stitch, where I only ordered enough fabric to actually cover the size of the grid and not have any overages for framing. So I ended up with just having lots of piles of fabric now, and I can show you a couple of things that I've bought. So this is before I realized I made a mistake. I purchased a 32 count Belfast in Haunted, which now that the lighting has changed from the morning, it may be a little bit more difficult to see. It's actually a lot more green than it's appearing on the screen. Oops. On 123 Stitch, where I bought this from, it doesn't look like this. So just an FYI, I've never used linen before. I don't think, is even weave linen? I don't know. I haven't been able to figure out a street answer for that. So we'll see if I can figure that one out. Another one that I purchased thinking that this would be a close to the picture from Madame Chantilly's black cat, and this is a 40 count Newcastle Heartland. These are 8 by 12, in case anyone wants to know that. This actually looks slightly more green on the camera, but it's more of a yellow brown, which I thought would look really great. but not big enough. And then I was trying to find fabric for the Shenandoah from Carriage House Samplings, and what they call for on here is vintage lentil 40 count, but I couldn't find that anywhere. I don't know if they make that anymore. This is from 2015, so I'm not sure if that's gone. So I was trying to find one that was really close to it. Again, ordered too small. This is a 40 count light mocha Newcastle. And then I got flax Newcastle 40 count. So here's flax, it's more gray, light mocha is more brown. So I'm thinking maybe one of these would be good, but I'm not sure. And then I also bought from Silkweaver Fabrics on Etsy this Lugana 32 count country mocha, and this is the kind where one side has this shading, I don't know if you can see, and the other side is just print. But I think that the colors that Shenandoah calls for are, like, this is going to be one of them. I don't know, I feel like this is too brown, like too dark, almost orange. And so I don't know if that would be a good idea. I don't think I'm someone who's very good with colors. My entire house is like this gray back here. So I'm just not sure about that. And I feel that I don't do cross stitch enough to have the wherewithal to do something and then rip it up completely because I didn't like it. I don't know. It's a lot to commit to, I guess is what I'm saying. And then this other piece of fabric I bought, also from Silkweaver, is Stormy Night. It has that one side and the other that's not printed. I thought about this one for Madame Chantilly's cat, black cat, but I don't know. So one of those projects I would like to start in between now and the next time I appear on here. So we will see what I get done. And the other chart that I bought, and I've seen this on a couple of different people's Flosstube videos. I think Michelle Bendy Stitchy is doing it or has been doing it, and then I think Pumpkin Hollow Quilts has started kitting hers up. It is the Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. I've never done a Quaker, but this one really appeals to me. I love this little cat trio or quartet. I don't know what that is. And then the little shoes just looks so fun. So I've been trying to kit this one up. It needs 40 count murky linen and a lot of Classic Colorworks. At least it has DMC and Classic Colorworks, but I've heard that Classic Colorworks is probably the better choice for this. So I've never used that, so I'll see how that goes. Well, that's all the cross stitch that I had this time. And if you only came for the Flosstube, that's great. I'm going to talk about a children's book right now. Before I talk about this book, I just like to say that I'm not affiliated with anyone who has written this book or any publishers. These are just books that I have read to children during my time in the school library, and I have found to be just complete hits. So if you have children, if you have grandchildren, or if you are interested in children's books, then I hope you enjoy the book that I'm going to share today. This book requires a little bit of explanation. Have you ever wondered where the game rock, paper, scissors has come from? I think it's a pretty universal game, and you use it for like deciding things. So if you're not familiar with it, rock, paper, scissors is just a game to I don't know, either decide like what restaurant you're gonna go to, or kids play to settle an argument. And the gist of it is you use hand gestures, and each hand gesture represents kind of like a different, I guess, symbol of strength. I'm not really, maybe that's like a little bit too much, but so there's rock, there's paper, there's scissors. Rock crushes scissors, right? So that makes sense, sure. And then paper covers rock, and rock can't get away. And then scissors cuts paper. So you usually stand next to someone and you go like 1, 2, 3, and then you show whichever, you know, hand gesture it is, and then that person who is a winner. Someone is a winner. Well, this book I have today kind of talks about where that whole idea came from. This is a book called The Legend of Rock, Paper, Scissors, and it is written by Drew Daywalt. You might know Drew Daywalt from another pretty well-known book, The Day the Crayons Quit. The pictures are by Adam Rex. This is a wonderful origin story about where rock, paper, scissors came from. This is great for anyone who's in elementary school, boy, girl, doesn't matter. Well loved by all. So I'm just going to read you a couple little pages from it. It starts off. Long ago, in an ancient and distant realm called the Kingdom of Backyard, there lived a warrior named Rock. Rock was the strongest in all the land, but he was sad because no one could give him a worthy challenge. So Rock goes around and tries to find different things to battle so that he can be kind of like the top inanimate object, to be honest. I love the pictures in this book. They're so colorful, and I mean, here's one with underwear. What kid doesn't get a kick out of that? And there's a picture in this book that has got to be one of my favorite things I've read. I feel like I have a problem where sometimes I think things are funny, but I don't laugh at them. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened to you, or if I'm just like weird. But like, I find things amusing, but I just don't laugh. But this book made me like just burst out laughing in the middle of the library one day. And it's this page where Rock has come across a peach to battle, and he says, "You, sir, look like a fuzzy little butt." Why is that funny? I don't know. So, if you know someone who loves rock, paper, scissors, or you're looking for a good story to read at night, I encourage you to check this book out at anywhere you get your books. I like to get mine from the public library. I think yours, they might have curbside pickup by now, so I encourage you to check it out. Well, that's all that I have for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time.